Hello and welcome to Art Recap of 2020. However, not only is this an art recap, but also kind of a well-being check on myself. Without further ado, how about we begin? The first drawing of the year was meant to start it, so to say, properly. Because I wanted to try something new with my art. As you can see, I experimented with a different angle for my character. And I think, looking back at it now, it doesn't look too good. But at the time, I think I thought it was pretty good. So, overall this is decent. However, I also see other mistakes in the background, such as with the monster's shadow. At times it looks bulbous, like especially on the claw upper. If you have a look up here, I'm sure I'll highlight it in the video. And also some of the rocks, like they're just literally the same colour as the monster's shadow. Although I do somewhat like the menacing red aura going around my character. It's very strange, and I don't know why I did it, but it looks neat. The next drawing of 2020 would be Whooper. Just a very simple drawing of Whooper. Nothing too special about it, it's just a Whooper. I did try some, background art. It was okay. Nothing too special about this one. It's Whooper, it's cute. That's it, really. This next piece is kind of unique for me because I haven't delved into many games this year. It's been mainly games that I've already been playing. However, this one was a relatively new game at the time. It's called Nexomon Extinction, and this is a starter of the game. For context, the game has 9 starters. You can get them all naturally. They're ultra rare, by the way. And, well, this one is one of the cuter ones because I really like the bird. The bird is cute. However, I didn't choose this one as my starter, but I eventually came to liking it towards the end of my playthrough. I have still played it a little bit. So, for context, Nexomon Extinction is Pokemon. Apart from it, in some aspects, it is a little bit better. Of course, it's better than Sword and Shield. I mean, that game seriously is trash. I've played all of Sword and Shield, and I didn't really like it. But this isn't a video on Sword and Shield. This is a video on my art. And so, I think this one turned out okay for the most part. Like, the line art is not good. I'll just say that outright. As you can see with the what would you call that, ears? I think that it would be ears. You can see that there was some overlap and it really didn't work that well. And there's some overlap down at the bottom and a few other places. So it's not exactly good, but it's not exactly egregious either. I think it turned out okay. So far, no stinkers. Okay, so here's a little bit of backstory with this one. I wanted to make a female character into my universe. However, I couldn't really think of anything. There was another female character that I created, but I decided not to include it on this list because it was for something else. So essentially what I did with this one was I just looked at my character and was like, well, what can I do here? So all I did was create my character, but add breasts. And it looks awful. So this is a stinker for me. I do like that it looks like an anime style from the 80s because I tried to do something similar to that. And I like the vibe it gives off. This is not my official Halloween picture of the year. Although what I will say is this kind of represents what I was doing in Among Us around that time. I had the pumpkin hat on and I was playing with someone who had the witch's hat on. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I was just like, I like witches' hats. I like the pumpkin. Here you go. Here's a character. Although this character isn't sticking in my lore, I don't like it. So overall, like the actual quality of the picture is fine, but now looking back at it, it's not as good as I thought it should be. So I'm giving it a stinker. Okay, and on to the best art I have created this in my life, I think. The official Halloween drawing of the year, also known as The Night from Another Void. Now, obviously, you can see that this is referencing The Thing. I really loved The Thing, and I think the reason why I went with The Thing is because I was playing a lot of Among Us at this time, and Among Us pretty much is inspired by The Thing, where you have a lot of crewmates, and then you have this infectious thing, this shapeshifter, that just kills. Although in Among Us you don't infect people, you just kill them. But essentially, I think this is the best art I created this year, or all time. Like, I often say to myself, oh, I'm not good enough for commissions or whatever, but this clearly says otherwise. Like, I actually put effort into the background this time. It's a winter hell. Like, it's a vicious creature. And I think I illustrated that very well. And also it has ghastly tendrils behind it, referencing Giratina. Giratina is my favourite Pokemon, by the way. And so I really like the way I made this as well. I mean, I really like the tendrils coming out of the neck and like the abdomen area. I think this really is seriously one of my best drawings. Next we have a drawing of an old drawing that I created back in, I think it was either 2017 or 2016. I cannot remember. I believe it was 2017. But I created my first profile picture, or first incarnation of the Critical Knight back in 2017. As you can see, it is substantially better. Now, obviously, in this picture in particular, you don't have all the colours and the colour schemes of the knight portrayed in this. I haven't fully done that. You'll see more of like, I suppose technically a glimpse of what it could look like fully at the end of this year for my Christmas drawing, because I brought him back then, just as a little teaser, by the way. But overall, I think this drawing is pretty, like, decent. It's not, again, I'm saying this about every drawing so far, but they're all like okay in terms of quality, because what I normally do is I just have a sketch. Sometimes I may make another sketch on top of that and then do the line art, but for the most part I just do a sketch and then go straight for the line art. However, for the Halloween pick, I didn't do that. I did a sketch and a sketch and a sketch, and then I did the line art, and then I did the rest. So that's why it probably looks better than it should have been. And so this is just a rough, oh well, not a rough outline, but it's like a clean sketch, sort of the Regal Knight, as I call it now. I used to call it the Royal Knight. It was either going to be Royal or Regal. I eventually settled on Regal. So that's how it is. And the mask is way better. Here we come to December of this year, where my first picture was the profile picture to use for this month. This is a reindeer, and because I thought, you know what, reindeers are pretty cool and they have antlers, horns, whatever, so I thought I might as well use that. So I did, and it all, actually, for context, well, not context, but for a little bit of background information, all of this was done as line art. No sketch involved, I just did it. So that's why it may look a little bit off. Now also you can see that the white outline has been done manually instead of inverting the selection or whatever and drawing on border or whatever equivalent there is in whatever program that other people use. But for me it's draw on border or draw outside, and but I didn't do that. I just went along with it with this. You notice a lot of eyes with me, and that's because the eye is my brand. It is my brand. I think I may have some bonus pieces to show at the end to do with my brand specifically, but just know that the eye is everything. It's the all-encompassing entity that created everything, and that is my lore in a nutshell. So, like I've been saying, I have been playing Among Us a lot recently. I think it is one of my favourite games of 2020. It is a very good game, a very good party game. I've played it with some friends and people on a server. But anyway, this is just Pink. Pink was the imposter. And stabbing your phone or whatever. I don't know. I just thought it would be a cool effect to, I don't know, crack your phone or crack your screen in some way. I don't know. I just thought it was cool. And that's it. That's all I can say about this one. It's okay. I mean, it's kind of bad if you think about it. If you have a look at the angle, like the crewmate visor angle, it's a bit too elongated, so that makes it a bit worse than it actually should have been. And I don't know, maybe the mouth could have been done a little bit better instead of just like a curve. Ah yes, the penultimate piece of this year, the Phantom Knight. Now, as you can see, I have been grabbing a lot of things from my past and recreating them in this year. Now, it's because I want to try and make some content regarding my lore and the lore that I've created in my universe, because I thought it would be kind of neat. Now, as you can see here, the sword is massive, kind of like Sephiroth or Clouds. Yes, I've also been playing that character in Smash, and so the sword is the same length as the wielder, so it's the same length as the Phantom Knight, which is extremely huge. When I get to a bonus piece I want to get into, which is the height chart of all my knights combined, which is kind of ridiculous as well. This is an amalgamation of everything I have created in the past into one knight. Now obviously it hasn't got too much detail in it. The sword is extremely basic. It's just two horns on a black box essentially. Now at the end of the blade, like at the end of the hilt, there's supposed to be a pummel that is a crystal, but you can't see it because it's hidden. So yeah, just a little bit of insight on that. Overall, I think this is probably the best design out of all my characters, probably because I put a bit more colour emphasis on this. Also, you may have noticed that I inverted the eye on this one. Okay, so for a little bit of lore, this is the first knight that... This is like... Not the first knight that existed, but the knight that embraced the eye, so to say, and so gained potential power. I'll just say that. But yeah, overall, I think this is actually one of the better pieces that I've done, especially because I've actually done some detailing on this one. I also like the pauldrons. They're very nice. And finally, for the main batch of my art at least, my Christmas art. Or Merry Christmas, as I always do. Now, for these, I in the past I've always made like these really like lame Christmas pictures. Like, so I think I'm actually going back through my DeviantArt to do this. Okay, so it was I think my first one was in 2016. It looked like it looked so bad. And then I upgrade to 2017. I can't find it. There. Okay. I won't show these on the screen, but in 2017, it was better than the last year, and then in 2018 it was worse. It was actually worse than my 2017 one. And then in, I think it was 2019, it was a little bit better than my what was it? I can't remember. Than the 2018. Oh, okay. So yeah, okay. No, that makes sense. And then for this year, sorry if I destroyed your ears then. I did something way more grandiose and decided, you know what, I have been creating all my characters. They're all building up to something. This isn't exactly what it was all building up to, but this is a good poster for what is potentially to come in the future. Now, I gotta say, this is one of my best pictures of all time. This is seriously just so good. It rivals my Halloween one, I think. Like, the background is an inspiration from Godmaster, from the Godmaster content pack in Hollow Knight. And as a lot of people know, Hollow Knight is my favourite game of all time. But anyway, that is all the pictures I have done, or well, all the drawings that I have done for this year. I'll probably actually no. I'll go over some bonus ones. So this is a bonus one. This is the height comparisons. So it's the height comparisons are fairly ridiculous from one another. Like, the critical knight is my height. I'm 5'7", and then I just kind of based off the regal knight and the phantom knight off Dark Souls bosses. So the regal knight is inspired by Ornstein. I love Ornstein. Ornstein is one of my favourite bosses from Dark Souls 1. And then originally I wanted the Phantom Knight to be about like 20 feet tall instead, but that was too big. So I tried 15 feet. That was a bit too big, and now I just settled on 12 feet. And it was okay. I liked 12 feet. But just the length of the sword would be 12, not 12, actually no, the length of the sword would be either 12 or 15 feet, because I also measured the horns as well. So, and the height that I've displayed on the side does not include the horns, by the way. So their true height would essentially be 7'7" or whatever. What is it? 15 feet and 13 feet. That's all of. And that's pretty much my only bonus picture I wanted to do. Like, I have created. Oh wait, no. I can do my brand. And finally, the final drawing I want to go over are my brand icons. I have gone through a lot of renovations with my brand, so did become to be the eye. It is the eye now. The eye is everything, and so why not make the eye the most recognizable part of me? It is the most recognizable part of all my drawings, really. I mean, it's appeared in almost all of them, even if the eye has been changed a bit. So essentially I've made some backgrounds to do with them. I made a background that looked strange, because I also used pink as well, and it looked kind of strange, but it works, I think. Okay, and that's my art recap for this year. I also mentioned this is a well-being check, and I decided to leave this until the end, simply because probably no one cares. So this year, because of the virus, it's been a bit hectic in some places, but that didn't really deter me from creating content. The only thing that really deterred me is my procrastination / motivation to actually create content. So you did not get anything from me for a year because of that. I could have made content. But I just played games. That was all I did. Like, for the past few days I've been playing Hades, which, by the way, is a really fucking good roguelike. Although speaking of this month, I have had some private issues, and they really took a toll on my mental health and such. So but I'm not going to go through that because that is actually just private. But that's essentially how I've been doing. I mean, I'm okay as of recording this. I still am thinking of some things recently that I did not like, but it's nothing bitchy. It's not like, oh, I didn't get a PS5 for Christmas. No, I can wait until my birthday for that, because it's like, I mean, the PS5s aren't going to be in stock yet, and quite frankly, I can wait to play Demon Souls. And Bloodborne. I want to play Bloodborne and Demon Souls. Those are the two games I wanted PS5 for. £450 for just 2 games. Wow. I mean, they're fun games and all. I mean, well, it's torn to me, because it's either going to be I want a PS5 or I want to upgrade my CPU on my computer, which I probably want to upgrade my CPU better so I can actually play Minecraft and Monster Hunter World properly without any lag spikes. Especially Monster Hunter World. That shit is unoptimized as fuck, dude. I hate it. But I can still play it. I mean, at times it is like, it does drop and it seems a bit unstable, but it's okay-ish. But yeah, that's all I really had for this year. So I do not know if I'll be making content next year. Who knows, I might actually get round to doing something next year. It depends how I'm feeling, or if I've got any work to do or anything like that. I mean, I have work to do now, but I'm not doing that because I wanted to make this. So farewell for now.